Good morning. Well, welcome back to another morning here on the homestead. It is a hazy morning. There's a little bit of smoke in the sky, but we're ready to get working. Yesterday, the excavator broke. So one of the bearings on the tracks went bad. So we're waiting to find out if the rental yard can get out here to replace that. But in the meantime, we're switching gears. We're going to start framing up the walls here in the shop. All right, before we start building our walls, we're going to strip off our forms. Let's see how the concrete looks.
Let me get a close-up here.
That looks very nice.
Oh, those look very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Poured in the stone.
Yep.
Okay.
Give it a kick.
Well, my shoe doesn't work to kick it. You have to give it a kick. It doesn't move it up.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Oh, Sir Arthur.
Nicholas! Okay, so if you remember a couple videos back before we poured the concrete, we put in this foam block so that we could have movement in our tub drain. Now it's time to pull out the foam block, see how easy it comes out.
Oh, yeah, we did like, what, 3 layers?
3 layers and then tape around all the edges.
Right. Just to make good and sure you can't get it out easily.
4 layers.
Oh, man. Okay, that's coming out easier. 5 layers?
Oh, that's the... We did 4 layers, and then there's the insulation.
Oh. The original insulation. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, then maybe it is a 5th layer. And just like that, the foam block comes out. All right, so we're gonna recycle some of our concrete form boards into headers above our windows and doors. Now you might be saying, Jeff, this is a pole barn. There's no load-bearing walls. You don't need headers, especially 2x8 headers above windows and doors. But in the little apartment room that we're building, there's gonna be a mezzanine up above, and so there will be load bearing on that mezzanine floor. So we're gonna put in some headers above the windows.
So what is the OSB used for that you just cut?
The OSB is a spacer so that when we have 3 2x thick, it will equal 5.5 inch framing.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our framing started. We've got our window box here. We're gonna put a header above it with our cripples and then our other studs. We got some extra of this kind of 1/4 inch foam insulation that we went ahead and put on between the girts and the framing. I'm not sure how much it'll do, but we had it, so we used it. And so we'll just keep framing.
Okay.
is hot. We got our two 10-foot walls framed in. And now we're gonna work on our 16-foot back wall, get that framed up and tilted into place. So now that we have our base plates cut and measured and cut.
Sure.
Measured then cut.
I think, yeah.
Yes, we measured them and then we cut them and they fit.
Yep, well, that's great.
So we have the base boards measured and cut. We marked out the spacing for our anchors, drilled our holes into the concrete. Now we're gonna put on our little foam barrier. We're just gonna flip this over and just tack it down into place so it doesn't move. All right. So we've got the base plate gasket on. We've got the holes drilled. Now we're going to roll it back into place and bolt it down. All right, it is time to cut off our toilet pipe, flush with the concrete. All right, now we will install our flange.
Does it screw in?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What it does is this little guy,
Yeah.
this washer, threads up and expands. So this is
okay.
tapered.
Okay.
So it starts out kind of small, and I should probably wind it up just so it is barely
Right.
snug. And you kind of press it up against the wall.
Okay. That's cool.
There we go. And then gotta,
Do the bolts go in that?
yeah, we'll drill and put in some Tapcons.
Right, I was just wondering if like
But
the
then-
toilet bolts.
Yep. The toilet bolts go here and here.
Okay.
So the little ears go in
Okay.
and set right there, square it
Okay.
off with the wall.
Cool.
Pretty cool. Now we gotta tape that off so we don't drop anything in it.
Yeah. We've got, well, we've built 3 walls, but it's really looks like two
sides.
two sides. But it's coming along. We've got the bathroom wall to build still, and then the far wall that will divide the kids' bedrooms from the shop. So we've got a lot done on this very hot and smoky day.
All right. So what are we gonna get started on?
Today, well, at least this morning, we're gonna get started on getting this wall framed up. We've got a door frame to include in that and a window frame to include in that. And yeah, and then hopefully after that, we'll get the back wall framed up
And that'll be all the walls.
and we'll be done in an hour.
Well, this is gonna be our heaviest wall to lift.
Yeah, it's gonna be heavy.
So that'll be fun.
We can do it. We're fresh supposedly right now.
Awesome. Yeah, all fresh. All right, so we decided not to lift the entire 20-foot wall all at once. We're gonna lift just a 10-foot section to start with. So we'll cut a base plate that's the exact width here, top plate that's the exact width, but then the second top plate will actually go over and nail into this top plate to kind of stitch the two pieces together.
Okay. So the top plate on the trailer wall
Yeah.
will be shorter.
Yes, the second top plate will
Okay.
come to the 5.5.
Okay.
And so, and then the second top plate on this wall will be 5.5 inches longer.
Okay.
And that'll lock in that corner.
Cool. One more wall.
On the wall. All right, so we've got the 4 walls built in the apartment. Now we're gonna build the ceiling, which will also be the floor of the loft that will be above the apartment. So we've got 16-foot 2x12s that we'll cut, space them out 16 on center, and then put OSB on top of that.
Okay, I want the floor. This is our system of getting these joists in place. We cut them and then Jeff moves them to the building, and then he goes inside and I lift them up till he can reach them, and that's how we get these joists in place.
Wait a minute, how's that happen again?
You carry them to the building, put them in the spot, then I lift them into place so you can grab them.
All right, time to put the ceiling on. Good morning. Yesterday we got the apartment all framed in. We got the joists up for the loft. We got the loft partially decked. Today we're gonna finish decking the loft, and we're gonna start finishing the wall that will go up the center of our truss.
Up to the
Okay.
the,
What wall are we building today?
okay. We're building the wall that sits on the floor of our mezzanine that goes straight up to the peak, right? That tall?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
What's the difference between a mezzanine and a loft? I keep calling it both.
I don't know.
It's a storage area
Yeah.
above the apartment. Put in the comments whether it's a mezzanine or a loft. I don't know.
I don't know either. If we had a dictionary, we could define it, so.
Yeah, so a short little wall from the floor of the loft to the base of the trusses, and then another wall from the top of the I-beam to the peak of the roof. Amy's gonna do that part.
Not even. I don't even feel good about you doing that part.
I won't
That's
tell you- I won't
really
tell you.
high. I'll be here.
All right, let's get to work.
Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to hold. All those little moments, the bus you didn't catch me looking over your shoulder, just at the right time. Those little moments all led me to you. Only God knew about
Yep.
all those
We've
little
got our upper and lower wall done of this side. Now we're on to the next side. Next bay, I guess.
Well, maybe it was fate or a part of his plan. Giving me you was like giving me another chance. Thank God that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, those little moments, the bus you didn't catch me.
So we've got our framing done, and as we prepare to put our metal siding on, we have to put on these horizontal pieces so that every 2 feet we have something to screw into on a horizontal plane. It'd be really hard to find these studs with our vertical metal. Good morning. It's another kind of smoky morning this morning. This is day 2 of the excavator being broken. It's Thursday. They're thinking that they should have it running no later than Monday, but we'll see. That's not going to stop us though. We're going to keep working today on building the interior walls here in the shop and see how far we can get before the excavator's back running again. So Amy and I have our pressure treat base plate bolted to the concrete with the 1/2-inch redhead bolts. We've got our sill plate gasket underneath it. Now we're going to do our bottom plate of standard wood. So we marked out where our bolts are. We gave a little tap with the hammer on top of each bolt. And now we will roll it over and drill out a recess where that bolt head can sit.
So what are you cutting out with this board?
So we got to cut out a notch on this board just like we did on the pressure treat board for all of our conduits that are coming in to the shop through the concrete. So we have our power conduit where it's coming from the powerhouse. We have our 1/2-inch conduit, which is for data. So we'll bring in Cat 5 into the shop so we can have internet in the shop building. And then we have another 1/2-inch, which is our switch wire for the shallow well, so that it will only run the shallow well pump when there's water in the well.
Okay. What are the other pipes that are there?
This is the suction side from the shallow well. So this is the 1-inch suction side, and then this is the 3/4-inch discharge from the shallow well up into the cistern.
Okay, cool.
And then hammer. And so then we roll this over. We have a nice bolt head impression right where we want to drill our hole.
I see it. Okay.
And then we know that the bolts stick out about the same amount as the depth of this bit. So we just got to drill it to the depth of the bit.
So Jeff went through and marked all of these, or both of these boards with our stud marks. So that's what the line is, and the X means the stud goes on that side of the line.
So we've got our wall almost fully framed that's 13 feet high. And now we need to put in a man door here. So we've got a 36-inch door. So we've got our opening, rough opening, 38 3/4. Does the rough opening for that. So now I need to put in my stud that will hold up the header.
And what's that called? A cripple?
Cripple.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna say cripple.
Well, if that's the term.
Or I've heard like jack stud.
Okay. Oh, because the stud you're attaching it to is called the king stud?
Sure.
I thought that's what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. And we'll see if our header will sit up there before we attach anything.
Okay. Careful. Okay.
I'll have to go up on the top and level that.
Okay. You should probably remove the header. Okay.
I think I better shoot. There we go.
Okay.
It's balanced very safely.
Okay.
All right, will you cut me one at 64 5/8?
Yes, I will. So 64 and 5/8. Okay. So I notice that your level is hanging in midair.
It is.
What's that about?
It's perfectly plumb.
Yep.
No. I only have so many hands up here, and so I've got my level sliding on the I-beam so I can level our joists and then just drop that until I need it again.
Oh, smart. He's a thinker.
So I'm measuring for blocking. We're going to put a block in between each stud, which will stabilize the wall as well as it'll take any of the bow out of our studs.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll do one block above the line, one block below the line. That way we can shoot through the stud
Okay.
into each block. The center wall here is almost done. We're gonna save the upper portion of the center wall for when we have a lift because it would be
It's
very hard to
really-
do on ladders.
Yeah, really tall. It was challenging enough to measure these accurately from Jeff way up there and me down here, and trying to get it all lined up and with the board plumb and all of that stuff was a bit of a challenge. So we just decided we're gonna wait for a lift, and that's gonna feel a lot safer, and I think we'll be able to do it a little bit more accurately.
So Amy, what were some successes we had?
I was able to climb a ladder.
That's true. Amy has gotten past the 4-step rung
Small
on the
four
ladder.
steps. maybe 5.
5. So yeah, so
But yes, that was actually that was a big success for me.
Amy got really good at getting up and down off of the mezzanine, off the loft, mezzanine, whatever we're calling it.
Right. The
From the
upper
ladder.
floor.
The upper floor. The second floor.
Right.
Second story.
Yeah, so that was actually a big success, and I was able to be a lot more helpful to Jeff in measuring and holding things in place while he's, you know, it used to be him up on the ladder and struggling, and I'm like, I'm scared, I don't want to do it. So anyway, that really was a big success.
That was
It
good.
might
That was
seem
very
really
helpful.
little, but it was big for me. So.
Yep. Stay tuned to the next video when Amy is at the peak screwing and siding.
No, that won't be happening. Okay.
Well, everyone, I think that's going to be the end of this video. If you like this content, please be sure to subscribe and click the like button. Also click the bell for notifications so you'll be updated when new videos are posted.